Akbar V just exposed Cardi B so bad just minutes ago on Twitter or X, whatever, that they got to fight bare knuckle. They got to go all the way with it now. And I am not promoting violence. They're both from Love and Hip Hop. Let's talk about whose side are you on. Are you Team Akbar or Team Cardi B? Let me know in the comments. Click thumbs up while you're listening. It's free. If you subscribe, free. All notifications is free. That way you'll know when new videos get posted. And if you click that hype button, guess what? It's free 99. We got all types of free stuff out here. Unlike many of your vaginas, those are very expensive, but let's not talk about that. Your girl Akbar V says, sore loser. This is hip hop at Cardi B. You just proved to me that I got you bothered. And it shows that her freestyles for Pretty and Petty, which is a Cardi B song. So it's Akbar V on YouTube rapping over Cardi B's production. Not that Cardi B literally produced it, but y'all know what I'm saying. Cardi B's beats. And they were either reported or the AI picked up the fact that those songs were to somebody else's music. So she got hit with some copyright claims. So somebody in the comments said, if I record, this is a Cardi B fan, press Cardi, said, ah ha ha, dumb bitch. You can't play with Cardi like you can with these other bitches. She's in fact bigger than your program. The Carter Code is the drama said, this is what happens when you uses, not when you uses. Not when you use, but when you uses someone's music without permission and thinking you're about to make money off of it, dumbass. You're not used to copyright, not used to copyright. You're not used to copyright because your music doesn't move past you. So in other words, ain't nobody listen to that shit. Out in Miami said, how many disses has Ugly B ducked? Ducked that fade with Bia, ducked the face with JT, ducked the fade with Carrot Top and Scratch Off. So I guess Carrot Top is supposed to be Ice Spice. But what do you mean duck the face? I guess they meant to say fade because JT has a fake face too, right? Did y'all see what she looked like in 2019 in that mugshot that I showed y'all? I'll make sure I'll link y'all to the video if I remember. So the person also said that's 5+ ducked fades, the most botched loser. It's so funny you mentioned JT. We're talking about botched people because JT had to go get a whole new face. Because if y'all saw what she looked like before, as a said, dang, I feel like a Juice Santana. Anyway, that person said, she's always getting those girls' music taken down, shaking my head. She's such a punk bitch who don't even write her raps. She did the same thing to JT, Fraudy B, always scared to get in the booth. And then they added Cardi B so she could read that nonsense. So Twinisha said, if I record, this is to Akbar V. Get a job, bitch. Rapping just ain't for you. Go back to internet TV and continue to get your head bashed in. That's more of your lane. You get paid by Lemmy, referring to Lemuel Plummer, to get bashed in the head, and then you go home and Bean does it for free. You crash out. Now, Bean is her husband, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to them. Beautiful married couple. 30 Years said that's the second person song that she removed. First, it was JT's diss. She needs to get in the damn booth. That shit is weak as F. Somebody named Rain said, it was so bad that she copyright strike that garbage with a dead skull emoji. Cardi, I don't know what that emoji is. Lapdog Granny Error 404. That's some computer talk. That person is a nerd. Second choice Cardi B says she did the same to JT with her botched ass. Mind you, JT had to get a whole new fake face. Sky with the F said, Cardi said, you're not about to go profit off of me with a Saucy Santana video. King said, laughing my ass off. She's so whack. She can't handle this rap shit. Keep stepping on these hoes' necks, please. Saying that basically Cardi B can't take being a rapper. She can't take the whole battle rap portion of it, going back and forth with people, even though that's a part of it. Cardi B will argue with you all day, but I guess not if you're a rapper, I guess for some weird reason. Miguel Angel says, it's called chess. You're not going to use her material for literal trash. Zero replay value. Get the F out. Cardi isn't bothered by someone who hasn't even touched her accolades. Be for real. Gang sign toes. What happened to Akbar V's feet that people keep talking about her toes in the comment section? Somebody let me know. Somebody named Luna Link or Petty Boots 4Z said, Cardi B, they added Cardi B so she can see this. What happened to being pussy ass Lotto? Don't be scared. You were quick to talk about Nicki Minaj, but you've been on mute about Akbar V. You did the same thing with JT from the City Girls. You see the pattern? You can't talk about real rap beef, but you can't handle rap beef for real because you aren't one. In other words, she's not even a rapper. Wow. Do y'all agree with that? Trey says, same thing that she did with JT. This is some pussy ass shit, and I need her to lead the rap conversations by now. Somebody else named Lacefront said, she can't handle even half of the treatment she gives to others. Well, she did make fun of somebody's dead child, didn't she? Didn't Cardi B allegedly do that? Cardi B does some crazy shit sometimes. Mike Lowry says, that's her beat. Ha ha ha. Now go rap about your husband who beats you. Dewan DeBarb, let me guess, he's saucy. I bet he's sweet. Says Akbar, mind you, she released the whole beat album for the album. In other words, I guess like the instrumental version or whatever. Laugh my fucking ass off. Then gets mad when someone outdoes / disses her. Sore loser. #shit. The Dior Barty says, how do you feel about yourself inheriting Nicki Minaj's beefs? Laughing my ass off. We need a stronger word besides lapdog. Let me see. Bad Barbie says, Cardi B, you're a disgrace to hip hop. Shame on you and eggs in your Mexican face, you culture vulture. She's not Mexican for the record. She's Dominican and Trinidadian, Caribbean, on both sides with her fine self. Cardi Baby says, Cardi just came off of a sold out tour that put her on levels you could never touch, baby. You think she got time for you, Brokey? Come on now. That's what my bitches call me, Brokey. Brat's Doll says, it was unexpected. She really can't stand the heat of someone dragging her. True Gemini says, wow, that shit was fire. Yours sounded better. She can't battle you back. That's insane. Sore loser for real. I need to listen to this song. Is it really that hot? Let me know in the comments. Will says, the same think Nicki, or to Nicki Minaj, the same thing Nicki had Nas to do when her and Remy was beefing. I guess they're saying they think that Nas was ghostwriting for Nicki Minaj. You can't be serious. Stop using people's music without permission. Y'all agree with that? Prissy Lisa says, wow. They saw those views and she was like, nah, hater, this is a rap. She's always doing this bird stuff. Letitia Selvey says, take a motherfucking nap, please. You ain't got nobody bothered, but God gonna bless you. Laughing, crying emojis, as you say. Some of y'all slow. What are y'all talking about? Excuse me, allegedly slow. Some of y'all come across as slow as hell, slow and low. So True Gemini says, Akbar, do the song over without her beat. She can't take it down then. Isaiah Little says, girl, because you're desperate for attention. Go be mom and stop acting like a teenager around here. Britt says, oh, the people starting to wake up in the retweets? Cause what? She was better off not responding. No shade. But to claim she's healing and unbothered, then secretly do this? Shaking my head. The crown was never yours, boo. We owe you an apology, Nicki. Hearts, hand emoji. Y'all agree with that? Somebody named something, I guess Hex Minaj. They're a fan account. So this is a Nicki Minaj fan. They even have her picture with that ugly pink hair. She isn't hip hop. She can't even get in the studio without Party, referring to Cardi B's ghostwriter, Partisan Fontaine. She's a fake, a phony. She could never go back and forth on a diss with anyone in capital letters. I disagree with that. That's just not the truth. Dimple says, this is some weak ass shit though. Bitches be acting unbothered, but the insecurities be saying something different. Pop Culture says, your master Nicki Minaj made Nas do that with Sheether to Remy Ma. That's crazy. So Nas ghost wrote for Nicki for real? Or is that just talking? Jaluve says they did say that she's going to start taking legal action instead of getting in the booth. Y'all think the Cardi B's about to start suing people? Who said that, by the way? Who's they? Pimp says Lupita. I guess it's like Lupita Nyong'o, the actress. Anyways, says, thank you, girl. This bitch is a complete mess. She ain't even got a real producer, just stealing music. So they're happy that Cardi B, allegedly flagged down Akbar V's music. I'ma let the ladies beef and all. This is what the Versetti says. I'ma let the ladies beef and all, but this is a weak move for Cardi B. She was supposed to be responding on a record, not pull this shit. Abdullah Abadov, I guess it's an African, allegedly, says, only one thing that got bothered was you, bad BBL bitch. Who was she referring to? Akbar V or Cardi B? Who got the BBL? I know Cardi B got a fake butt. That thing is huge too. Shout out to Cardi. P. Jones says, slow ho. You're referring to the hoes as slow too. Shout out to you. Says, slow ho, you ever heard of a copyright infringement? Probably not. Wow. G says, Akbar V, clout chasing coming for you is heartbreaking. Yeah, Akbar V is definitely a cloud chaser. That is true. That is true. But I'm a cloud chaser too. A lot of us out here cloud chasing. Anyway, Project Commentary says, do you not understand basic copyright? I guess they agree with Cardi B allegedly. Maciel says, bitches are pressed, administer mouth to mouth. Nicki Minaj's voice. Weak ass bitch, get in the booth and rap. Don't brag. So yeah, that's a Cardi B hater. That's a Nicki Minaj fan or stan, whatever, referring to her lyrics and everything. Honey says, no, cause girl, how are you beefing with someone and using their beat? You know it has to go through them, right? You're just plain stupid and a fan. Mama Love 55 says she's a fraud. All she is a Latina aesthetic for hip hop to admire and gush over. So are you jealous because she's a fine Latina woman, a Latina goddess? Shout out to the Latinas. Some of y'all are just so beautiful. It's just, you got people out here upset. Some dime Latina rappers out here. Shout out to Nitty Scott. Shout out to My Verse. You know, all the fine Latina women that rap. What's wrong with Latinas rapping? Why be a hater? Anyways, so somebody named Richie said, wait, didn't this Spanish rat do the same thing to JT? Jatavia chewed that bitch up so bad, not even her beat. Damn. You keep letting 11 Faces win. This can't be hip hop for real. What the fuck does 11 Faces mean? What in the world? Anyways, somebody named Nikki said 10,000 views. We need Nicki Minaj back. Chile or Chile. Chile. How do y'all say that? Is it Chile? Somebody named Maciel said, then she's going to come back with a Dr. with a Dr. Seuss bar. Not even Dr. Seuss, but Dr. Seuss. A Dr. Seuss bar. And think she did something. How can y'all say this bitch is a rapper? I get what really they said, how can you say this bitch is a rap, but they meant to say a rapper. Boy, that person is dumb, but that was fun to read. Somebody said, Akbar, you're my new favorite. Keep going. Don't let them silence you. With, I guess that's an arm flexing emoji, but it's yellow. Shantae C. Smith, is that Snoop Dogg's wife? Shantae C. Smith says, don't you gotta have permission from the producers and shit too? And one thing YouTube doesn't play about is copyrights. They will take that shit down in a heartbeat. That is true. Shout out to YouTube. We love YouTube here. I love you, YouTube. Nia says, what? It's legit stealing somebody else's beat. Somebody named Tyron Howard says, aha, she's mad that she got roasted on her own beat. Non-rapping ass bitch. Tavares with a Nicki Minaj picture said, ate her ass up on her own beat. Do y'all agree with that? Did y'all hear this record? Was it that good? Somebody named Miss Kim 237 said, they can't take the energy away. What was said was said. What was done was done. How she felt was felt. Thank you for making us gag. Why would you want to gag? Like, what the fuck does that mean? That's so weird. Gagging? But anyways, somebody else said, I knew she was going to do this bullshit. 876 Sonoy, or they have a Jamaican flag, so they have a weird name, said, you're a dumb bitch hoe if you think you could use someone else's beat without permission. Well, you're a Caribbean, so maybe you're just hating on Akbar because you're looking out for a fellow Caribbean. Maybe that's what it is, okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with her rapping to a Cardi B beat as long as it wasn't garbage. Anyways, Q says, you mad. You can't even get your $50 now. In other words, saying that their AdSense, their YouTube check was going to be $50. How do you know that it was going to be 50? Anyways, Bounce WA said, ugly Cardi B, the uglets is the reason hip hop sucks. Turns out she is the main pussy ass bitch. Hey, Lotto. Cardi pronunciation. She was projecting, laughing out loud. So not Lotto with the T, but Lotto with a D. She's saying Cardi B is dumb. Cardi B is beautiful. She is not ugly. Cardi B is a goddess. I don't know what you're talking about. Cardi B, I love you, you beautiful queen. You, your sisters, and your mama are all fine. So don't listen to the haters. That person's definitely a hater. Salvador says, Gagamon the new beat to Pretty Not Petty. New Akbar on Friday, June 12th. Somebody named Danny said, she's such a pussy ass hoe. I'm so tired of that ugly ass bitch ruining hip hop. Y'all agree with that? And why they keep calling my baby Cardi B ugly? Both Akbar and Cardi B are good looking women. Neither one of them are ugly at all. At all. Akbar V has me blocked on Instagram, so you know I mean it. Minazuki says, I'm screaming. Why are you screaming? Who are you screaming at? She got your ass up out of there quick. Laughing crying emoji. Somebody named the pretty one. Let me take a closer look at your picture, see if you're pretty. Okay, you're not bad looking, but anyways, Nate Season says, should have picked a different beat. 100. You know, one thing about Cardi B is business. Won't get $1 off of her. Listen, the pretty one, since you're a pretty girl and I'm team pretty, send me some pictures so I can see how pretty you are. You can wear whatever you want in those pictures, if you know what I mean. Joshua Green says, you could have gotten your own beat, sis. You really thought she was going to entertain you? No shade. You can rap, but I hope you got a backup because this was to be expected. Barbie Chanel says, she's a fraud as always. She don't know Jesus. She don't even know herself since she's always changing faces, laughing out loud. She don't even know how to talk English. I'm sorry, but a bad Latina whose English is off is a thing for me. I love it personally. But shout out to Jocelyn Hernandez. Y'all can clown how you want, but these men are going to keep opening their wallets, just for the record. She only knows what a beer bottle can do with her mouth and body. Ha ha ha. Ga ga ga. What does that even mean? What a beer bottle can do to her mouth and body? If you're talking about that woman who put that beer bottle down there and then put it in her mouth, that was not Cardi B. I thought for years it was her. I was upset when I found out it wasn't. I don't love Cardi any less, but that was a very sexy video. Shout out to the hoe who did that. You're a good person. So somebody named BVB says, not to be confused with the people who sing the song Poison. That was BBD. This person said, dummy, music that's published is copywritten. YouTube will automatically block your video when you use something that doesn't belong to you. Same with vloggers. Everything gets blocked. I promise she's not worried about you. Y'all see why I don't show a lot of shit in my videos? Yes, it does get blocked very easily. That's all I always say, you know, because of copyright, I can't show you this, that, and the third. Anyway, somebody said IDNXFH. What the type of name is this? Anyways, I think we should call it what it is. Pussy ass Cardi with some crying emojis and even a laughing crying one. Laughing at Cardi. Meanwhile, Cardi B is laughing all the way to the bank, and every time she laughs, her butt jiggles. Shout out to Cardi. And My The Drama says, it's what you deserved, weirdo. Anyways, Yankee Pride says, if you used her beat to diss, you should have expected this and had a backup track or the same song on a different beat ready to drop. That would have proved you were playing chess. Glad I got to hear it. It was fire though. So I need to find this shit. Somebody please let me know where I can listen to this. Somebody named... I can't read that name. What the fuck does that say? Anyways, it's a parody account. They said that song ate with some fire flame emojis. It was so good. It's worth losing my account over. I'm going to post it every hour on the hour. I'm going to go to their account and see if I can find this song. Okay. We got to listen to this shit. People keep saying it's terrible or it's great or haha for it get taken down. Paola D said, called Lotto Pussy, but reporting a simple parody video dedicated to her song, Shitty and Ugly. Not pretty and petty, but shitty and ugly. That's foul. Y'all know that Cardi B is a dime. 3,000 views in a day, laughing my ass off. You're a joke. Really chill? You need to chill. I think you're Cardi B or a Cardi B fan just on a Finsta or something. Anyway, Born Stunner Flow said, you won. That influencer rapper ain't a rapper at all. Do y'all agree with that Cardi B is an influencer rapper? What is that? Is Cardi B an actual influencer rapper or is she just a rapper? I consider her to be a rapper with a big old beautiful butt. Anyway, Barty says, next time use something that belongs to you, ho. Chop Goddess says, on your copyright strike, it literally tells you who owns it, Atlantic. So Hannah Elizabeth said, Akbar, get on Spaces, please. In other words, go live. So your girl Akbar V said, female rap has been boring because y'all make up 1,000 excuses why another rapper shouldn't respond to another rapper. Take the money, take the clout. You bitches will be just another rapper. If you're not going to respond, please don't make subliminals online. Do your rap or tweet. So Akbar V says, Nicki don't hit shit to do with anything. I guess you meant to say Nicki Minaj doesn't have shit to do with anything. She said, don't hit shit. Stop bringing Nicki Minaj into anything that I do. I'm grown as fuck. Oh, you're all grown up, huh? With hearts around the head emoji. Akbar V says, bitch, shut the fuck up until you learn how to speak with some music emojis. Damn. Somebody named Javante, which sounds very sweet, posted a picture. It says, hi guys, bye guys. And in the picture, rather in the caption, it says, I always talk to Akbar, regardless is tweet. I always talk to I always talk to Akbar regardless is I tweet about her or not. I guess Now they got me sounding slow. Regardless if I tweet about her or not, I guess that's what they meant to say. I don't care what the fuck y'all believe, laughing out loud. I was asked a question and I answers. I get, as they meant to say, I answer. I clear you in the face department. Please shut the fuck up. And Akbar V said, who cares? You're my baby, Javante. Is Javante a sweetheart? If y'all know what I mean. I guess I Got the Scoop is a blog. That sounds like a blog. They said, crybaby ass bitch. Warner, referring to Warner Brothers. If I'm not mistaken, they're like the company that's over Atlantic, Cardi B's record label. Warner Brothers over there flagging content as theirs. This is Akbar's song on your beat, and you couldn't take it. The song wasn't even up for 24 hours, and Warner Brothers is out there sending out copyright claims. I will be appealing because, this can't be hip hop. Too soft, laughing out loud. Too shook. Notice how everyone's diss songs get flagged or taken down, laughing crying emoji. Man, y'all have to see the write-ups, laughing out loud. Asking to look at accounts and see if they infringe a lot, etc. Real losers, laughing crying emoji. First of all, just use your own original beat. That's it. It says your account has been locked. I think this has got the Scoops account. What happened? Your account has been locked because X received a compliant Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or DMCA, notice for content posted on your X account. Under the DMCA copyright, owners can notify X claiming that a user has infringed their copyrighted works. Upon receipt of a valid DMCA notice, X will remove the identified material. X maintains a repeat copyright infringer policy under which repeat infringers' accounts will be suspended. Accruing multiple DMCA strikes may lead to suspension of your account. And then they tell you what to do, and you gotta like basically review the policy and everything. And it says Cardi B, Pretty and Petty, and it shows the link to X.com and the Got the Scoop page, which is their personal page. Got one more thing to show y'all before I tell y'all my Cardi B story about my copyright situation with Cardi B. Actually, I have two stories real quick. I'm gonna make it fast. Somebody named Portia with Cardi B's picture. So this person is a fan of Portia, Nene Leakes, and Cardi B, I gather. So they're a fan of basically some pretty powerful people. Somebody said, no octos. It's copyright. What does octos mean? What is wrong with Akbar V's feet that they keep making fun of her feet? Copyright protected, which means you can't use something that belongs to somebody else, Dumbo, with a skull emoji. Before I tell y'all my copyright stories about YouTube and X, which happened months ago, but I'm gonna tell a story real quick. Please click thumbs up. It's free. Please subscribe and choose all notifications free. By clicking hype, you're helping the channel, and that's all free. It's all free 99. I'm not asking for it. Well, if you want to become a channel member and give me some money every single month because you like my videos, you can go ahead and give me something every single month by becoming a channel member. Get a badge next to your name, and it'll show that you're loyal. It'll show that you're down for me and all that good stuff. We can be like Ja Rule and Ashanti. You could be down for me or whatever they was singing about back in the day. But if you want to give me a one-time donation, you can click Super Thanks and just give me a whole bunch of, or a little money, or somewhere in the middle right now by clicking Super Thanks. If not, that's fine. I still love you, allegedly. And I know I sound like your baby daddy. And yeah, I might be your baby daddy. Anyways, no, but sit. Want a DNA test? You better go ahead and click Super Thanks and go on channel member, allegedly. No, I'm not doing any DNA tests. So anyways, no, but seriously, all jokes aside. By clicking thumbs up, clicking hype, you're helping the channel, and it's free. Or you can send me some money. That's that on that. So on YouTube, some of us were receiving copyright complaints about using some of Cardi B's content by, was it Atlantic or somewhere else? Because some people had made some videos for her. This wasn't stuff that she made herself. This is stuff that she had help with making. Cardi B does not typically copyright claim anybody. It's usually a company that will do it, that she worked with on something, some sort of collaborator. So to be like somebody behind the camera who videotaped her, or to be like somebody else who recorded her music or owns the music or whatever, but it won't be actually her. I've never heard of copyright claims coming from Cardi B directly. Well, there was that one time my ex. So remember that time that Cardi B accidentally on Instagram sent a picture of her breast, her bare breast, to Offset. And, you know, she has huge areolas. And, you know, this went viral and people were resharing it and everything. I thought Cardi B purposely sent it to her husband at the time, Offset. I thought that this was something that she shared with him and also shared it with the world. She used to be a stripper. There's videos out there of her naked and stuff like that. I thought that she was just being generous and hooking us up for fap material, because a lot of us fap the Cardi B all day and all night because we can't help ourselves because she's Cardi B. Allegedly. I'm not confessing anything, even though I probably fapped the Cardi B more than anyone in my lifetime. But I thought the picture of her bare breasts was something that she sent to Offset and then sent out there for us to enjoy. I was under the impression because I saw everybody sharing it. So I shared it as well. And we all, us people, the people who shared it, received a copyright notice, basically a DMCA. And I was so scared that I basically messaged Cardi B and I was apologizing to her. And I was like, hey, like, I thought that we were going to get in like legal trouble or something like that. And, you know, like I wouldn't have shared it if I knew that she didn't want it to be out there. I would have just fapped and shut the fuck up. But since I thought that she wanted us to share it, I'm like, hell yeah, everybody look at Cardi B's titties. And I was so happy, and it was like Christmas or something. You know, I felt like we all got a present or whatever. It was like OnlyFans were free. I'm like, whoa, Cardi B's bare breasts. She's hooking us up today. So I thought she did it on purpose, but it was an accidental send. She didn't mean to send that to Offset. And, or rather, if I'm not mistaken, I think she sent it to Offset and reposted it on her Instagram stories, to be technical. And that's where people got it from. Anyways, it was reshared from Instagram on X and wherever else. Actually, the picture's still out there. I've seen it multiple times, multiple places. There's some places that she didn't send the copyright thing to. So I got hit with a copyright basically on YouTube for sharing some Cardi B content, which she had nothing to do with. And basically they took the money for the videos, and it wasn't that much. But the point is that, you know, basically she didn't own the video her damn self. She was just in the video, but I didn't know that because it was posted on her social media. I'm talking about like when she was like when she was giving out CDs or something like that. She was like in the street and on the bus and all that. Yeah. She didn't own those videos, if y'all didn't know that. And so I got into trouble for that, which wasn't too bad. They just took a little money. And there was a whole thing where she showed her bare breasts and I got hit with one of those. And I was all confessing to Cardi B. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have shared it. Please don't sue us. Y'all know I love Cardi. I've been a Cardi B fan since before she was coming out with all this music and stuff like that. I was talking about her. I might be the first person that talked about Cardi B on YouTube. I really might be. We're talking like 2015, if not 2014 or 2013. Okay. Way back. Over 10 years ago. Cardi B's one of my favorite celebrities. I just think she's so beautiful and I just love to talk about her. That's my little baby. That's my little stinky toes. I have a little nickname for her, you know. I nickname my faves. I call Tommy Lee my baby mommy, my baby moms, you know, my baby mommy Tommy. You know, I call, let me see, Amina Butterfly, Amina Just Right Butterfly, because I wouldn't change anything about her. I think she's just perfect just the way she is. I call April Jones, April the baddest Jones. I mean, who's fucking with April Jones? I call Cardi B Stinky Toes. She's my little Stinky Toes. I got to come up with a better nickname than Stinkfoot B and Stinky Toes. Those are not nice names. But I know her fine ass could take a joke, but I'm going to come up with a good nickname for her. Maybe the Empress Cardi B. I don't know. I mean, dang. Let's see. Jocelyn is the Puerto Rican princess. The Dominican princess. The Dominican queen. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm going to have to work on my nickname for Cardi. And I also need to come up with a nickname for that fine ass Hennessy. But don't let me get started on her, because y'all know I'll be here all day. I need to ask you guys something. Whose side do you want? Akbar V's or Cardi B's? The side I'm on is, listen, I'm going to stay neutral about this shit because I told y'all before, I think that Akbar V is underrated. I think she can rap. I told y'all this shit years ago. I'm like, y'all sleeping on Akbar V. I think she has skills. She just needs, you know, to learn how to make it into a hit record. That's a different thing than having, you know, rap skills. Sound like a mean coochie. Hit record making skills is something different. And she needs to learn how to make a hit record. She can't do that yet, but she has talent. And I told y'all before Cardi B came out with her first album, I said, y'all know that Cardi B is not gonna be. I told y'all all the way back in the day, and people thought I was really crazy and really stupid. Like, I don't be knowing my shit. I said, y'all know that Cardi B is like Nicki Minaj's replacement. And people like, man, shut the fuck up. What do you mean? This non-talking bitch. What do you mean she's gonna be? What do you mean? And I told you, I said, look, like, that's just so many words. That's what they're grooming her for. They're literally grooming her to take the top spot, to take Nicki Minaj out. And y'all thought that I was bullshitting when I said that. And then it came true with everything that happened, the shoe throwing and the rap battle and everything. So y'all saw, I be knowing what I'm talking about. All I'm going to say is this before I go. Whose side are you on? Cardi B or Akbar V? Are you a Nicki Minaj stan, a Cardi B stan, or Akbar V stan? Whose side are you on? I'm trying to stay neutral. But okay, I'm not trying to break any news here. But what do you guys think about what do you guys think about Cardi B becoming an independent rapper? What do you think about her? I don't know, wild scenario. Let's just say that Atlantic Records shut down. I'm just asking a question, okay? Let's say that Atlantic Records went broke and bankrupt and Cardi B lost her record deal. And what do you guys, who do you think she should sign with? Def Jam, Young Money? What if this is a crazy scenario? What if Cash Money offered Cardi B, I don't know, 12, 15 million or something like that for an album or two? Would that be crazy if that happened? If Birdman tried to sign Cardi B, started rubbing his hands together? That'd be insane, wouldn't it? What if that happened? What do y'all think about Cardi B being an independent rapper? What do y'all think about her signing with a different record label? What do you guys think about Atlantic Records disappearing, but then coming back later, like maybe a couple years or so later, under new management, with them putting, maybe a black person at the head of the record label to figure it out, since they're selling black music. They got these white guys up there. I don't understand it. Like, what do they know about my goddamn culture? And some of y'all might say, well, Cardi B's into the hip hop thing and everything. Cardi B already told us she loves my culture. You know what I mean? Cardi B is such a fucking phenomenal ally. Y'all know how I am about Latina women. Y'all know how I get. I'm just going to leave it right there because I feel like my body's on fire. All right, y'all. I'm talking about Cardi B, y'all. It's heating up. I gotta go. Caliente. I forgot something. Secret password to let me know you made it till the end of the video is, if you're okay. Did I say secret password already? I don't think I did. Anyway, if you're okay with Akbar V getting hit with copyrights over rapping to Cardi B's V, if you think that it's okay that the music gets taken down, if you support that, say right move. If you think this is wrong, this is rap, this is battle rap. You understand copyright and everything. That's cool and all, but there are no exceptions to rules. Say battle rap. That'll let me know that you're with the spirit of competition. You think the girl should go ahead and rap it out. Now, if you don't know, if you're unsure, say I don't know. If you don't care, say I don't care. If you don't care, why you're here. If you say I don't care, I'm going to cuss you out in the comment section. You shouldn't be here if you don't care. Here's my thing. I'm neutral about it, and I think that both people should want to rap against each other. As long as Cardi B's okay with it, I'm okay with it. Now, if Cardi B is not okay with it for any reason, then I think it's fair that Akbar V is not allowed to diss her. Maybe Cardi B feels like, you know what? I'm going to let this bitch just go be over there. She's not doing what I'm doing. She's not on my level. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I think that she should be able to walk away from the beef. But you gotta understand, Cardi B's a controversial person who's been in a lot of beef, and she's wished death on people's kids. She said some crazy shit over the years. So it's like, how are you going to be non-confrontational now? I can understand that. So I understand both perspectives. But deep down inside, I feel like the other rappers should want to fight back. If it's a one-sided thing where you're just talking crap about them, then maybe you should chill out. Just send a tweet or whatever, but don't turn it into a music thing. And do y'all think that Akbar V is just basically desperate, so she has to diss Cardi or whatever? Or do you think that this is a smart business with him? Jay-Z's lips.